Hello and welcome back. This is an update to the vishai Raspberry Pi Solo Miner. More hash rate, cheaper miner that you can actually buy. Okay, this started on Craigslist. I found an HP Pro Desk for 30 bucks. Took it home, installed Linux Mint, and then started testing. It idles at 8 watts at the wall, and during mining it goes to 42 watts. Yes, that's more power draw than the Raspberry Pi, but that's a fraction of the money spent, and the Pi is not even in the ballpark with its dismal hash rate. And I don't need to compile special miners to run on the ARM SoC. Okay, let's start up the miner on the HP desktop. We're going to open up a terminal and then enter the startup script and start the miner. You can see it's got an i3 6100 processor, which is pretty weak, but runs circles around the Pi. And there's an accepted share. And remember, this hash rate is low. It'll ramp up, but it's low because it has recording software running. Let me skip ahead a little bit so you're not watching a blank screen. There's number 2, so it's already ramping up. There's 3 shares. And that's about the average on the hash rate. Now we're going to run the test using 1 stick of RAM, and I unplugged the CD-ROM. We'll see what the hash rate difference and the power draw is. The last test it drew 43 watts at the wall. And here's the miner starting up. And we're only drawing 34 watts at the wall, so we are saving power by pulling the 1 RAM stick out. Unplugging the drive, I tested it, and that's 2 watts difference between having the drive plugged in and unplugged, and not even using it, but it still uses 2 more watts. And here you can see our hash rate staying down because of the RAM. That's the only thing that's different right now in this test. 1 stick versus 2 sticks. And that's 292 on the hash versus 490 or 489 hash with 2 sticks of RAM. And that was just an accident finding that. Just trying to save power. But as you can see, we lost a lot of hash rate by pulling that RAM stick out, because everything else is exactly the same during this test. Okay, during this part of the test, this is 2 sticks of RAM, but I'm going to show you the system monitor where it'll show how much RAM is being used. Okay, here you can see we're using 2 cores. The other 2 threads we're not using. And the memory, we're only using 1.3 gigabytes out of 16. So it doesn't need the extra memory to run, but it is using 2 channels to get a higher hash rate. The reason it's using so little memory is because this is running on Linux, and Linux doesn't overpower the system. And those are two 8 gig sticks of RAM. Okay, in this part of the test, we're at the pool side. And here we're showing 2 workers, and I'm going to show the comparison between the Pi and the HP desktop reporting to the same pool. And you can see here, it's not even, the top one is the Pi, the bottom one is the HP, and it's not even half of the hash reported at the pool side. So you'd have to buy 2 Raspberry Pis, and then your power wattage is almost up to the same, so you're not going to benefit any. You're better off just going buying an old cheap computer, putting the software on there and running it. You can see here it's less than 2. I'll refresh it. And there's the difference between them. So I'd say way better off using the desktop. Anybody else come to any conclusions or notice anything different or want me to test anything different? Just let me know down in the comments.